Day 1. This morning, the radio reported an accident at the plant, not a terrorist attack. Despite reassurances, the thick fog and foul smell lingered as we headed to school. 10 classmates were absent, many others sneezing and coughing. One collapsed, seizing and foaming at the mouth, an unsettling sight. The principal abruptly canceled classes over the intercom, urging us to go home immediately due to safety concerns. He coughed into the microphone before signing off. Well, at least no math test today. Outside was a wall of dense fog, visibility limited to mere meters. I tried calling my mother, but she wasn't reachable. Strange. The streets were eerily quiet and deserted. No cars, no sounds except for a distant crash of breaking glass. A man carrying a flat-screen TV passed by. There must be a store nearby. I hid against a wall to avoid being seen. Suddenly, screams pierced the silence, muffled by the fog. I hurried home, sneezing with blood on my arm. Inside, the elevator was out, forcing me to climb the stairs amidst rustling and heavy breathing. The TV didn't work, nor did the lights. The smell was overpowering. I brewed coffee to stay awake, feeling the urge to sleep despite the uncertainty. Day 2. I awoke on the floor by the refrigerator, sunlight glaring through the window. My face was bruised, dried blood on my nose. The fog had lifted, revealing a quiet and unsettling scene outside. Dead animals littered the streets alongside abandoned cars. No signs of life. I passed a broken store, encountering a gruesome sight. A corpse with a snapped neck and torn stomach. I hurried to school, finding it deserted, with signs of struggle in the principal's office. The cafeteria held only dried buns, and the pantry concealed another gruesome discovery, a dead cook. Hearing a car, I rushed out, but it sped away. I screamed, choked, and my nose bled. An airplane flew low overhead, dropping supplies on parachutes. Among them was a note explaining a catastrophic event, a deadly release of unknown substances causing mass casualties and disease. A quarantine was in effect. The supplies included food, clothing, and weapons. Why weapons? I couldn't shoot, and who would I shoot at? That night, creatures tried breaking into my apartment. Looking out, I saw them, distorted figures growling and foaming. Panic surged as they rushed towards me. I fired my gun, forcing them back temporarily. Tomorrow, I must find a way out of this town. Day 3. Descending the stairs, I heard a faint scraping from under a door. Curiosity getting the best of me, I shot the lock and opened it to find a child, about 5 years old with bloodstains on her face, cowering in the corner. Her name was Lori. She explained her mother had vanished 2 days prior. After comforting her, I changed her clothes, washed her face, and offered food. Together, we resolved to find her mom and escape this nightmare. We scoured a looted store for clues, but found only empty shelves and scattered weapons, which we grabbed for protection. Lori rested on my shoulder, breathing softly in my ear as darkness fell. The day had been void of life, just dead animals and deserted vehicles. Silence pressed around us, urging us to seek shelter. Luck favored us as we found refuge in a second-floor apartment. Closing the door and barricading ourselves in a closet, I dared to hope for safety. The night shattered our peace as something tried breaking through the door. Screams, roars, and struggle filled the air. I fired shots, comforting Lori as fear gripped us both. When the door cracked open, I glanced out the window to see the store's roof below. Without hesitation, I hoisted Lori onto my shoulder, leaping onto the awning. Behind us, the door gave way and we ran. Navigating through dense darkness, a growl from the bushes prompted me to fire blindly, losing my weapon. A chilling howl echoed, signaling danger. Suddenly, gunfire erupted nearby, human activity. We dashed toward the sounds. The sky illuminated, revealing spotlights and the roar of engines. Peering around a corner, I found myself facing military vehicles. Tanks, armored carriers. I raised my hands, shouting amidst Lori's screams. Separated from Lori, I was masked and placed in a truck alongside her. She fell asleep after an injection. A woman questioned me, and I recounted my symptoms, receiving treatment. Day 4. Awakening in a clean, well-lit ward with an IV, I watched a muted TV broadcast. The screen displayed a horrifying sight: my city in ruins. A familiar woman entered, explaining our incredible luck, being among the last survivors found before the city's complete evacuation. The unknown infection defied antibiotics, but produced self-made antibodies in a few survivors like us. Now, Lori and I were humanity's hope for study and potential inoculation.